that really good angle.
Sorry, girl, but you missed out. Well, tough luck, that boy's mine now. We are more than just good friends. Hey, everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, and coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, DEFFINITY, DEVVE, daCat, SHIRO update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love y'all. It's been an interesting day. I feel like, what's his name from Ruby? He was like, it's going to be an interesting year. Headmaster something. Forget his dude. Forget his name. No, not Headmaster Charleston from Gilmore Girls, although he was an interesting one. Anyway, ETH is up 5% on the day to 41.65. Shout out to ETH for finally doing something, just like the New York Jets finally did something. It took half the freaking season, but they finally won a game by 1 point. A victory is a victory. I'll take it. Speaking of victories, Bitcoin is up 2.7% on the day to 114.6. It was up to 115. But you know, gotta have a little pullback, just a little bit. Is this just a Sunday night thing before markets go crazy on Monday, and then we have a bigger leg up? Depends what Asia does when they wake up. We shall see in the next few hours. I'd say around midnight we'll get that. For OMI though, we got a 14% on the day. Love that, up to 0.0016. Wasn't able to buy as much as I want. I don't really have the money I was expecting coming in until I think Tuesday. So I'll get a little bit. Actually, I already got a little. I'll get a little more OMI. I'll get a little. I don't know. Probably a bunch of DEVVE, DEFFINITY, maybe a little daCat, because daCat's been holding off real well. They not today. The last 24 hours they have $30 in volume, but the day before that they had like 22,000. So I'll take it. Anyway, let's go to some of the news here before I get to some of the crypto. Last thing was Friday, and it was about stock market. On Friday had added more than $9 trillion in 2025 so far. Ash Crypto Real says soon that money will rotate into Bitcoin and crypto. Also, that Scotty Young 1 of 1 that was over on the app.vv.me, the web app, that had sold for $6,700, so close to $6,900. That would have been great. But yes, for the young kids, yes, 6-7. Fuck off. Dirk Watt says, by chance, have you heard about the counter-striking skin crash? Market cap of $6 billion got cut by 50% to $3 billion due to a single update, which is anyone could go and take like 5 or X amount of skins, and they would have a chance to get the super rare skin that was at once limited. Now it's essentially unlimited, and yeah, big crash. What do we got here? We got Alex Frentz.algo saying, just in, Algorand has surpassed 10 million transactions processed in the past 12 hours, an average of 230 transactions per second, nonstop. They say it's 100% valid transactions, all instant finality with 1,700 consensus codes. Now, this would impress me normally if I didn't know about DEVVE that can do 8.5 million transactions per second. More on DEVVE in the future. Let's go over daCat here real quick. We have once again reached $500,000 in liquidity with only $1.8 million market cap. So 25%, almost 26% of the entire thing is liquid. We have, what do we got here? We got 238,000 in Ethereum and 237,000 in daCat. So I really like that. And shout out to my daCat kitty tattoo, which apparently some people think is cute. I like it myself. It is cute, apparently. DEFFINITY is down 3.5% to about 2 cents, 4,500 in volume, $3.1 million market cap. Couple of red candles here over the last few hours. I think most of these, actually, they're mostly sells, unfortunately. Oh, we've had so there's this 1E432 wallet that never purchases a ton. It's a couple hundred here, a couple hundred there, but I think that does add up after a while. We will watch their career with great interest, says Palpatine. We've got Penguin Colada says OMI to the moon soon? Question mark? Maybe. Let's take a look at them over on the coin market cap and see what they're up to. Let's see the volume on the day. 3.7 million in volume, so that is an extra 26% increase in volume for OMI. $45 million market cap, still exceedingly low. As weird, like the one day I didn't go live yesterday, it's when it went up. Maybe I should stop making videos, see what happens. Turtle Golf says, let's go first. What up, Turtle Golf? My man says, OMI seems like an investment where all you do is lose money. Preach. With it, while paradoxically your conviction only grows, and then all of a sudden, ... Yeah, agreed. It reminds me of that clip where Jeff Bezos had said, yeah, and this is from like 20-ish plus years ago, where he had said, yeah, the market cap, it just took a tank from like $113 to $6 per share, but the company was doing great, and same with VeVe. But unlike Amazon back in the early 2000s, VeVe really has no competition. They have no competitors. They've cornered the market. I think at some point the government might even say, hey, you're a little bit too much like a monopoly, and maybe try to break them up, because they have VeVe Comics, they have app.vv.me, they have the whole metaverse. I think one day that they might have to deal with the reality of that. That's a good problem to have. That might not happen for another decade, but we'll see. Omar loves OMI, says, good evening. Good evening, Omar. Yeah. Vegan Thingy says, let's freaking go. I love those Nounish glasses. Are you going to be in Vegas, Vegan Thingy? Because I'm going to bring my Nounish glasses over there, and it's going to be given away because I love people. What is this? This is a price alert. Very good. Omar loves OMI says, we did it, Randy and OMI fam. Whoever got the dip at 00013. We did it. I did it. You did it. Something about a conjugation for we did it. Bill Gardner saying, what up? Bill Gardner. So I saw the Shelby Oaks movie, and I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty good. It was a little messed up. I saw Terrifier recently, so it wasn't as messed up as Terrifier, but it was still like, I recommend it. I recommend going to your local AMC theater, getting a couple of drinks, get some mozzarella sticks, get the chicken stuffed nachos. And I know what you're thinking, what the heck is that? Well, I'll tell you. They're like nacho bread things, but with chicken inside them, and they give you spicy cheese to go along with it. Girl, oh my God, chef's kiss. Oh my God, sorry. It was so good. And anyway, yeah, I saw the Fishes as like a special director on there. I was like, oh my God, it's the Fishes. And everyone else in the theater is like, bruh. Omar loves Omi saying, Eric Trump chat today was bullish on Bitcoin, and Trump all over Asia is huge. I saw he kind of went uninvited, but at the same time, no one could really take his eyes off of him because he just reached I think with Cambodia, and I forget the peace deal that he made. But either way, we love peace and not just the Middle East. Thank you, Omar, for requoting this. I'm gonna give you some meow meows and some hearts. Meow, 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 meow. We got story, never-ending story. Say amen for in the room where it happened. Let's freaking go. We do love say amen for sin. Yes. Penguin Colada says, better time to go live, by the way, maybe 1 hour earlier. It's just because that's the way it worked out today. I couldn't go live yesterday. Well, I chose not to go live yesterday. There was remember that one episode of SpongeBob where Mermaid Man says, there's evil afoot. Evil. Well, this was this is not evil. This is a pressing matter. Like, I couldn't go live because there was another pressing matter at hand that required my attention. Other things were at attention. Anyway, let's keep on going here. We've got Coinbase's base token could be worth as much as 34 billion, JP Morgan says. Yuga Labs and 6 studios joined forces to create Bored Ape Studios and launch Bored Ape Yacht Club animated series. They should cross over with the cat. Let's do SHIRO, my little white kitty. Meow, 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 meow. Where's the SHIRO at? Oh my God, where'd it go? Okay, there it is. It's up 3.5% on the day, which is good. It's at a $3.35 million market cap. I like it. It had reached like 2.1 million at some point. So if you got it over the last couple of weeks, up about 50%, good on you. Let's take a look at Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong reveals that he's met with 25 U.S. senators over the last 2 days to advance crypto market structure legislation, and that was on Friday. So he was talking about Wednesday. Plus, BlackRock and Fidelity bought $90 million worth of Bitcoin on midnight on October 25th. Ash Crypto Real says, let me say it again, none of the 30 bull market peak indicators have flash. This indicates that the bull run isn't over, according to Ash Crypto Real. I say the next 6 to 9 months will be, I'm going to say 5 to 8 months will be really good. And then after that, who knows? Psyduck, Denver, Alternative. So there's something that I haven't tried yet, but I want to. Vodka Papa John's garlic sauce shot with Parmesan rim. If you read the caption, it says, I live outside of God's sight and by consequence outside of his love. But if you ignore that, I would say this is something that I would want to try. If anyone wants to try it with me in Vegas, it'd be great. Polymarket, according to Polymarket, the odds of Bitcoin hitting $1 million before GTA 6 comes out is 19%, which GTA 6 is supposed to come out in May of next year. We've heard that, I don't know, half a dozen times now. But yeah, there's $178,000 bet on that particular bet. So if Bitcoin hits $1 million before that, it's possible. I would say probably not, and I would actually bet against it. But because it's only 19%, I get 1 to 4 odds, and I'm not taking that. Treasury Secretary, U.S. Treasury official says that the talks with China have concluded for Saturday, which was very constructive. And I think there's actually more news on that, but I'm just going over Saturday's news here. We are okay. Friday. Okay, Saturday. Okay, all right. Sorry. If anyone saw the whole new gambling scandal that came on for a lot of professional sports, I was a little sad that no Jets players or staff were involved in the gaming scandal, because that means they were actually just that bad. I don't know if anyone knows what Group 7 is on TikTok, but they made a crypto for it, and it was up 196%, reaching almost a $2 million market cap yesterday, which is wild. I might have known. Jan Collects says that with the fixed model for OMI, it would be great to see additional staking tiers implemented. For example, 12.5 million, 15 million, 17.5 million, and 20 million, offering higher fixed MCP rewards. Honestly, the difference between 10 million and 20 million now is nothing. I would not want that. I would want something like go from 10 million, 50 million, 100 million. Like, let's fucking YOLO it. Again, 100 million is nothing. And yes, I understand that there needs to be a stronger long-term incentive to hold that many Ecomi tokens in one stack or wallet, but I think this would already be a solid first step in that direction. Just Jan Collects for 2 cents. And then Present says, the pressing matter was me/shot/ because we were in Chavez from the airport. Thanks y'all for tuning in. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Yeah, jelly is fuck.
Jelly AF. Vicente says, in response to Jan Collect, says 10, 20, 50, and 100. And people were asking, is that kind of like Harry Potter when he's at that mirror? He's like, is this something that's going to happen? And well, actually, Ron asked that, and then Harry says no because he saw his dead parents in there. And we'll comment F down below to pay respects. Vicente does say it is his personal opinion. That's what he would like to see. That is not something that's actually coming. Well, it might in the future. I don't know. Bounty alert already. This bounty. I need a sip of water for this.
That's not a sip for it. That's
Oh my God. Excuse me, that was so good. Part of the reason that I chugged that is because I had the mozzarella sticks, I had the chicken nachos, and I had the pizza. I had a lot of salt in me. Anyway, let's go over to Bounty Alert. Street Fighter makes its debut on VeVe Official, led by legendary Ryu. We have Wolverine ___13 saying, I'm placing a bounty for the common Ryu, mint number 1987, starting at $1,200 and willing to go higher to match serious offers. For collectors who know, this one speaks history. So that's a lot. I mean, I think these are going to be $40 each. So 40. All right. So if you, muchas gracias. If you want to go in and try to be like, I'm just going to go until I hit it, be advised that you could buy 30 of them and spend the $1,200 and not get it, and then you're out $1,200. So it is a gamble. I do not think it'll sell out. Actually, let's go to the Ryu. Let's go to the numbers here. And there are certain parts of this drop that will sell out because it is not a blind box. I don't know where the heck. Also, if anyone saw that pit game last night, 53-34. Oh my God, that's bananas. 7. Oh my gosh. I forget what I was talking about here. Oh yeah, the Ryu. Okay, we got to go to X. We got to go to the VeVe official account. Meow meow meow. Oh. JKRB, thank you for going on and smashing that like button. Give me those thumbs up. Appreciate it. Heads up, heads up. Oh my gosh, VeVe, you post so much. Why are you doing this? Okay. There are, out of the editions, okay, 1987. So that I do not believe that will sell out because that's a lot of editions. Let's take a look at that. That'd be $79,000, and honestly, that's actually not bad, especially compared to the Darth Vader one. The Darth Vader one, I think they grossed like 146 grand. Took a couple weeks, but they did it. The rare Ryu, the battle Ryu, that so let me go over here. All right, this is kind of the classic. Like this happens after. This is sometime after Street Fighter 1, where he had the white headband. Ken gives him the red headband. So this is like Street Fighter Alpha Series, Street Fighter 2, and beyond, right? Then you have the. It says Ryu Battle, but he becomes like almost like a Man from Earth. Which, if you've ever seen that movie, Man from Earth is so freaking good. Like, oh my god, it's amazing. Anyway, that's when he goes and he decides to. Actually, this is after Akuma kills. Spoilers. His and Ken's master, and he doesn't even consider Ken or Ryu like a threat, so he doesn't even bother fighting them. Ken goes back to the States because he's a trust fund baby. His dad was like the president of this most powerful conglomerate like in America, so he goes back and gets some American tail. Lays that American pipe, and Ryu decides to go in and kind of be like Goku and be a little bit of a karate bum, and he walks the earth and he fights for money, and again he continues his training that way. So this is what is known as Battle Ryu, where he's got the beard, he's got the man beard, the manly beard. This one, which is called Ryu Blue, I'm not 100% sure why, because this is when he has the blue gi, it's considered evil Ryu, where he gives into the Hatsui no Sada, Haru no Hatsui, giving into evil. The same thing that Akuma did, and he does that a couple of times throughout the series, and he becomes like kind of bloodthirsty, and it's pretty heckin' awesome. Then there's something called like the nothingness. I know it sounds similar to the never-ending story thing. The what is the nothing, but it is kind of different. It breaks through the Hatsuo no Hara. I forget what that's called. Anyway, I don't know where the yellow headband comes from, but cool, I'll take it. Anyway, it is considered evil Ryu, maybe because of whatever reason they can't call it that. They call it Ryu Blue. But that's his gi when he does that. It's heckin' awesome. That one will definitely sell out. It's a secret rare. It's $80 per, but there's only 287 of those. So if we do 287 times 80, it's 22, almost 23,000. Again, that should sell out pretty easily. And then the rare is 1 out of 987, but that's only $50, which is still $49,000. So that I don't think that sells out, but they should still sell out. Say 10 from that, and I would say 20, so 30. 30. Give me one sec here. What was the time? It's 287. They should probably do 50,000+ with this drop. It should do pretty well. It's Street Fighter, and it's their first appearances. I think they all should be first appearances. Let's see. All right, Ryu. Details. It actually doesn't say, because it has market fee, season, edition. All right, description. Oh, it doesn't say if this is actually a first appearance, which it should be, because the first time it's ever been on VeVe. We'll go back to that when I can confirm or deny. I mean, there were other NFTs for Street Fighter, but they were on wax, and nobody cares about that. So Omar loves it. Says, epic to see Vincent and Fire Bunny, that is on Addiction Comic, riding a bus, and she plays DJ to the public to dance. Is that what you sent me something on? Is that what you sent me? Pokemon Go. You are on. Oh God, Omar, you sent me a bunch of stuff. And the live has ended, unfortunately, Omar, but Vincent live at Fire Bunny. The one was on the Addiction Comic. She's in DJ riding a bus, playing her trance with Vincent. Show clip. I'm sure Vincent will love it. Unfortunately, the live has ended, but in New York City, let's go. I was just there, and I might go again on Tuesday, but I don't know. What the fudge is? All right, hang on 1 second. Someone's not. Oh, there's a Zaza language. There's a language called Zaza. In Western Iran, language written in the Latin script. My friends are crazy. Hooch is crazy. I can't. Oh my gosh. It won't let me give them smiley faces. Okay. Anyway, let's continue on. $1,200 for the bounty for mint number 1987. If you get it, you get $1,000. Get it in OMI. That's what I would do. Fun fact, 10 years ago yesterday, Bitcoin was $283. I repeat, 10 years ago, as of yesterday, Bitcoin was $283. And now it's 115,000. That is bananas. I know a lot of people, especially like millennials and Gen Z, say like, oh yeah, it was so much easier when boomers were younger because you could get a house for like $40,000 and now it's like $500,000. And you know what? Fair point. You're right. But boomers don't know shit about crypto. And we could have gotten Bitcoin at such a cheap price. And now look at it. We had the opportunity that the boomers had, except we didn't have to wait 30 years for it to go up. Just 10. STNML says, what day is the VeVe party at DCon? They sent out invitations for it. So if you check your email, it might be in your spam. They sent out invitations, and I think it's Friday. Not 100% sure. They emailed me. Also, I'm a finalist in the contest for one of the things that we got voted for. So thank you all for voting me in. Appreciate it. Hopefully I win. If I win, we'll see what happens. We'll see if we can do another giveaway. Pudgy Penguins X Kung Fu Panda. Pudgy Penguins is bringing Pengu into the world of Po, Master Shifu, and Grandmaster Uruguay from DreamWorks Animations Kung Fu Panda. More information to come soon. So I saw this and I was like, oh, that's really cool. Other people saw this and they thought it was like the greatest thing since sliced bread. They were freaking the F out, which, okay, fair point. Like, that is cool. I want to see what they do with it. I want to see if they have any games. Do they have exclusive NFT? Do they have merch? Do they have plushies? Like, yeah, like I'm curious. But people are like, oh my God, this is like, and they're talking about like, yeah, Pudgy Penguins partner with bigger and bigger IP. Now, granted, they're already in Walmart. They're already in like a bunch of other, they're already doing a great job. I love Pudgy Penguins. I have a comic book named Space Penguins. It's not my IP. I just wrote it, but and I may or may not have found an artist to draw it. Maybe we'll see. But this is what people are freaking out about, which again is fine because yeah, the more mainstream IP you get, especially one as popular as Kung Fu Panda, you don't get 4 movies unless you're doing something right. Unless you're like Toxic Avenger. I don't know how the fudge they made 4 movies out of that. That some of those movies are awful. Like anyway. It's great that people think like that, but VeVe already has Kung Fu Panda and they're awesome. And that plus 250 other major brands. So I feel like when people really start thinking about how much IP can add to a market cap, VeVe's probably going to explode. The price of Street Fighter, the common is $40, the rare is $50, and the secret rare is $80. So it's not a blind box. Secret rare should sell out pretty easily. We got Omar Lazuz. Keep voting Randy. I think the voting ended, didn't it? Maybe. I don't know. VVV says, Randy, just curious, what's the DACat valuation and how much investment you're seeking for what percent? If we're going just the IP, we're not including the crypto. The last time I sold part of it, I sold 5% at $150,000 market cap or $150,000 valuation. Thinking about that now, that was way too low. So if I were to do it again, it would be probably at a 300K valuation, and I would probably only do 5% as well. So I guess 15K. And then if you want to, I mean, if you're serious, let's talk and we'll do something. In which case I can, because again, like, yeah, you have the crypto and yeah, you have the comic and the anime that'll come forthwith after that. And we have a bunch of collabs that are going to come out in 2026, which will be great. But outside of that, like you have like daCat Chronicles presents Space Penguins, presents Ladies on Solana. They're going to be presenting a lot of stuff. And when you go on and say like, Carlos Mencia has a joke about it, like, why do Mexicans have so many kids? Why, Carlos? It's like, because one of them is going to take care of them when they're old. One of them is going to be successful. And that's kind of the point in what daCat's doing here. You have, I don't know, like 7, 8 other IPs that daCat is representing. And one of them, hopefully daCat, but one of them or all of them are probably going to do really well and take off. So again, shoot me a message and we'll go and talk. My Vampire says, "How dare you speak ill of a glorious Trauma Pictures film?" Oh, listen. I saw Toxic Avenger 4 in like 2010 with a couple of like kids at the time. I was so this is my second apartment. My friend Justin knew, like they technically went to school with me. You've seen him on the podcast, Justin Apple Pie. He's a cool dude. Love that man. I love his face so much. He had the kid that he knew was in a band, and he would like hang out with them because I guess he had friends that was in the band, or his friend's brother was in the band, whatever. So he knew them. He talked with them. He's like, oh yeah, this this kid's mom. She's looking to rent the rooms. Like, okay, I'll do it. They called me Chavi Bear and Chavi Cat, and good times. Anyway, they're cool, but there's like, yo, Chavi, do you want to watch the Toxic Avenger with us? I was like, sure, why not? So we watch it, and it was just, it was like one of the worst movies. The Toxic Avenger 4. It was I assume the first one might have been okay, and the second one was probably okayer. The third, I don't know what happened to the third one, but yeah, fourth one was straight up. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Justinify says, was the peak of VeVe collectibles during the initial Golden Moments rollout, or do you think we'd reach those prior prices high? The peak was probably in like January or February of 2022. Because when the Golden Moments came out, like there were some of them that like hadn't moved yet, because there I mean, partner statue was always not crazy, but they hadn't like mooned yet. The OMI price is doing good, but the collectibles, they didn't really go crazy, I think, until like January, February of that year, and they were still doing all right in March. But once Russia invaded Ukraine, everything went to shit. So be advised. All right, let's see what we got as far as. Where's my other? How much more news we got left? All right, not a ton. Oh shoot, there's yes, that too. My friend Pixie, you know her from Ladies on Solana. Oh god, I forgot to message her. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Pixie. Message. Okay. Doing it now. YouTube and X. The incredible. Oh my god. She's such a charitable person. She's so generous. She's like amazing. And she messaged me a couple times. Just like I completely I hacked that up. Anyway, I'm going to go in and text you guys a link. We're going to copy this link down in the chat below. It is for an animal shelter. Actually, let me just go to this and I'll show it to you. It's items needed for an animal shelter down in Georgia. I gave them, what did I give them? I gave them blankets. Let me go to the YouTube and go to my live video. If it'll post here. Okay, there we go. And I will go in and share that link down below. Also, if anyone can smash that like button, it's a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon / thanks button down below, super chats as well. That'd be great. Anyway, there it is. If you go in, and you don't need to worry about the address. The address is like already in there. It's in there for you. So I mean, it doesn't have to be a blanket. It could be treats. It could be cat treats. It could be doggo treats. It could be. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't really want free. I guess treats are good. I feel like quality nutrition though, food, would be great. And I know typically what you want to see as far as nutrition. IAMS, Eukanuba, Blue Buffalo, Science Diet, those are generally really good foods. The litmus test for a food is usually, or it used to be, if you could find it in a grocery store, it's probably not that good. With the exception of IAMS. IAMS is really good. But I imagine that a lot has changed in the last couple of years, and there's probably other foods that are really good that I just don't know about, but haven't been in the veterinary field in a while. I actually had a dream about it last night. It was very strange. Very strange. So that was the link. All right, now we're going to go to Kaki Gaijin, who says, give me 1 second. Oh my gosh. Kaki Gaijin, who goes over and says, I'm going to buy this NFT for $40 when it drops in 6 days. Sometimes it's not about the money. Sometimes it's about the fandom. And he's talking about Ryu, obviously. But the reason he said that was because this one guy named Menace to Society says, I bought this NFT in 2021 for $31,000. Now it's worth $0. This is why IP tends to rule. Oh, Pixie. Well, what up, girl? Says Purina is one of the better low-end foods. Yeah. If I didn't mention that, you're right. You're right, girl. You're right. Mid-range-ish. Like Purina. They're good. Yeah, so this is why IP tends to rule, because yeah, this for whatever reason was $31,000 in 2021, but again, now worth $0. It was a wild west in 21, and then in 23 it was a barren wasteland of near extinction. Step into the wicked heart of Emily's world, a dark cozy hideout where strange ideas simmer and mischief comes standard. Surrounded by her favorite 4 infamous feline rebels, Emily holds court in the 3D digital collectible diorama, dropping Saturday, November 1st at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern for those of us that are better than West Coast. This is another drop from the Bad Kitten Club. I should get some more kittens. I like them. Ash Crypto Reels says a whale with 100% win rate has opened a long of 165.5 million Bitcoin and 131.3 million ETH. Does he know something? I mean, apparently he made fucking millions today. And he opened that yesterday. So Watcher Guru says that President Trump imposes an additional 10% tariff on Canada. And we have give me 1 sec. We have a link here that might tell us why. So it's from the BBC. It says Trump raises tariffs on Canadian goods over a Reagan advert. And Trump has said he's adding 10% tariffs to goods on import from Canada after the province Ontario aired an anti-tariff advertisement featuring Ronald Reagan. Calling the advert a fraud, the U.S. president lashed out at Canadian officials for not removing it ahead of the World Series baseball championship. I think the Blue Jays are winning that. Prime Minister Mark Carney said in response to that Canada was ready to continue to build on the progress we had been making. He says that, but he puts out an okay, little mixed signals there, but we'll keep going. We continue to build on the progress we had been making in trade talks, but added that it was developing trade relationships with other countries. Canada is the only G7 country to not reach a deal with the U.S. since Trump began seeking to levy tariffs on goods from major trading partners. The U.S. has already imposed a 35% levy on all Canadian goods. Though most are exempt under an existing free trade agreement, it has also slapped sector-specific levels on Canadian goods, including 30% levy on metals, 25% levy on automobiles. Trump said while traveling to Asia on Saturday that he was increasing the tariff on Canada by 10%, over and above what they're paying now. Tariffs are paid by the companies that import foreign products, not the exporters themselves. Thank you, Pixie. Meow, meow. 3/4 of Canadian exports are sold to the U.S., and Ontario is home to the bulk of Canada's automobile manufacturing. Carney was also asked about Trump's threatened increase to the sidelines of the Association Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, summit that both leaders are attending, and he said he was ready to continue discussions with one of the country's biggest trading partners. They have consistent focus in the discussions on doing the best deal for Canadian workers and their families, he said. I think the best thing might not have been on that ad, but anyway. They said the government could do more than one thing at a time, and it would have been the next few weeks release ambitious budget that makes the generational investments in Canada. Oh gosh, Pixie says pure. Okay, read that. Also, thank you for telling people about the link. Still trying to make a difference for the animals while I'm in permit purgatory. Send me a text in what area you're in, and we'll see if we can. If I know someone, we can get a rush on those permits. Justinify says, you ever buy anything on Pump Fun? Yeah, you mean aside from DDOO, aka the Dashy Do, whose comic is on page 5, page 6 right now, give or take. There is another. So in the Space Penguins, you have a really popular cosmic entity that'll be in there, and in Dashy Do, there'll be another cosmic entity that is related to the cosmic entity that's in Space Penguins. Oh, excuse me. Salmon for Sin says FTT, F tariffs, resist fascism with the Black Power sign with all of the hands. Meow, meow, meow. Salmon for Sin. Meow, meow. Pixie says, Pixie reposted the stream. Oh, thank you, girl. Planet Vampires is good because I heard some kitty food. Order some kitty food for them. Thank you, Planet Vampire, for ordering the kitty food for the shelter in need that has both doggos and kitties that need some noms. We appreciate you. We love you. And I'm sorry for what I said about the Toxic Avenger, even though the movie was, the fourth one was, I straight up did not have a good time watching that. But I will go over and I will say, I will give the first one a shot, even though the fourth one kind of did me in on it. Oh, what's up, VeVe Magic girl? How you doing? Yeah. I love you, Magic. I hope you're doing well. We have David Yu saying, oh, Doken, and he spells it with an O-K-E-N. So I like that he does that. He's very, very happy about Ryu coming to VeVe Official. Apparently, the average adult spends $255 per year on their hobbies. Not the people in this group. Level 100 achievement. Please join us in recognizing and celebrating our newest level 100. Sosa 420, Bitcoin 69. Everyone comment nice down below for the 69 and blaze it down below for the 420. Cool. Ironman 616, thank you for reposting the stream. David Yu says there's an opening party and an after party for both Decon. Well, I guess there's going to be a couple of parties here. I think they're both at the. Well, I can't say the location, but they're both. They're both going to be parties, and there might be. I don't know if there's anything going on Thursday. The VeVe party's Friday. There's another party on Saturday, but there might be something on Thursday. I don't know what, because a bunch of us are going to get there. Thank you, Salmon for Sin, coming in nice down below with 69. Planet Vampire says, trauma pictures are intentionally bad, but made with love. Avoid redneck zombies, though. I mean, now I want to see it. So, anyway, yeah. So you're saying the Toxic Avenger, the first one, I'm gonna get the more of the same as anyway. MicroStrategy has more Bitcoin than any other Bitcoin treasury combined. Oh my God, it's insane. That is bananas. 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 All right, let's go to crypto Twitter and see what's going on over there. Let's go. All right, but first, let me go to my link that I had posted for everyone that wants to donate to the animal shelter. That is a shout out to Stardogs for being awesome, and Jin Token for representing Stardogs. We'll tribute a scientist who discovered a new species of butterfly, has named it after Irina Zarutska to ensure that she is never forgotten. The scientist said her name will be forever immortalized as a butterfly, and the butterfly is called Irina's Azure. Everyone comment F down below to pay respects. Beautiful tribute. Solana is now over $200. I repeat, Solana is now over $200. Let's see who this is. Millie be wilding out there. Functional X402 giving away. Oh, damn. Tommy B says we're giving away a free Moonbirds Mythics worth $1,200 at 300 plus peeps if they go to Tommy B Space right now, which is insane. Comment down below if you're going to go. I have other stuff to do, so I won't be able to. China's drone show just made your city's light look basic. Oh my God, they called it basic. Thought I saw Finding Nemo, and that's a whale. That's a person. Also, comment down below what you guys think of Helen Keller and if she was real or if the struggles that she had was actually her. Because I am hearing so many different things on this potential simulation scenario. Thank you, Salmon for Sin and Bill Gardner for commenting F down below to pay respects. Yeah. Base is an infinity chain. Vanessa, good. Oh, Shiro, gotta love Shiro. Okay, so good. I am Venom. We love the Venom stuff. Everyone in the toilet. Oh wow, we got a couple of people who are a couple of people fighting on X about certain things. VeVe Meister says, I'm genuinely sorry for everyone who didn't buy OMI or Banker while they were criminally undervalued. And don't get me wrong. Obviously there is a difference, but buying OMI at 00013 or 00016, kind of the same. Granted, we're up 14% on the day, which is great. But then you have a Doge General Army saying, do you feel sorry for the folks who ever bought it, since everyone that did is in the toilet? Even though that's not really 100% true, because you could have bought it at like quad 03 and be up like 5x right now. Most people did not. Most people bought it when it was at 000 something, or even maybe they got their average to the 000 somethings, and now it's 00015. So yes, agreed, it is very low, but that's what people are fighting about. Diddy Join says Solana isn't just back, it never left. While others argue over gas fees, we're out here building empires for pennies. Solana is a blockchain where memes go legendary, NFTs gain souls, and communities print culture. Fast, cheap, unstoppable. We don't fade, we scale. This sounds like it was written by ChatGPT. Solana summer never ended, powered by coins, Wake and Bake Show, live every day on chain. Got to support DigiJoints because I wrote their comic and it's freaking awesome. It is very, very good. Ben in Korea says, hi all, what's up, Ben in Korea? Well, what up, girl? Tell me something, girl. Mert says, I'm hiring a head bull poster for Solana to apply that. Okay, he's had 250,000 followers. No way he's saying anyone else. Marin Awful says, Bitcoin hits 115 after Trump teases a China deal. Markets blinked and Bitcoin shot past 115 like it forgot how gravity works. Sudden spike may be tied to the Trump hinting at a new deal with China, potentially cooling off Trade Wars 2.0. No confirmation yet, but if diplomacy means moon missions for Bitcoin, someone get Trump a pen. Keo, Heine on Solana. Oh yeah, Heine Coin. That's another comment that I wrote. I can't wait for people to read that because that is also really good. Calendar, event talk. I'm going to skip the rest of the following and I'm going to go to my For You page to see if they have anything worth going over, and then we'll end it here. Bowza says, NFTs aren't dead. Matter of fact, if I were to place my bets, it'd be on these projects: Claynosaurs, Pudgy Penguins, Bored Ape Yacht Club, and Doodles. I've heard of 3 out of those 4. Claynosaurs, I don't think I've heard of, or if I have heard of them before, I forgot. But the other 3, I think most people know. The best part about these projects specifically is that they're all dominating within their own niche and sector. Claymore's going the co-ownership with community route. Pudgy is inevitably going to be the face of crypto IP. Bored Ape Yacht Club finally building in real life Clubhouse, great for in real life onboard. Doodles securing the most creative partnerships. NFTs aren't dead and they're not going anywhere. Before he gets dragged in the streets for not mentioning these projects, he's also bullish on Good Vibes Club, CryptoPunks, and Azuki. I would have mentioned Moonbirds as well, and definitely, of course, VeVe, but I will. Oh, yeah, Kaki Gaijin says, I'm betting on licensed NFTs, my man. And Jin Token just gave me a notification here. What we got here? All right. She says, Star Dogs NFT mint set November 22nd. Private sale equals a lifetime VIP access and red carpets. It's pretty much 10 grand to go to every red carpet for the 30 movies that they have. Individuals, founders, brands, Star Dogs is one of the investment that elevates your network and your net worth. And she adds Darcy Donovan on there, who's a friend of the podcast. She's been on a couple times. Love her. 7 million followers across all socials. Where was I? Turtle Lair, 18,000 followers over on X, has said, choose your favorite Don, talking about Donatello. And I'm not gonna lie, the 87 one's probably my fave. I mean, that's the one that kind of, I think they used that for Turtles in Time. It was really good. Bro, what the fudge happened to 2018 Donatello? Why does he look like that? Why does he look like that? Gold again says, yo, what's your take on the White House ballroom? I mean, if it were at expense to the taxpayers, I would feel a little uneasy about it, because there's probably other things that it should have gone to, but it wasn't. It was done by private fundraising. A lot of it was his friends, but a lot of it was Coinbase, Ripple, etc. So if it's at no cost to the taxpayer, and it is something that they probably should have, yeah, I'm fine with it. A lot of it is probably to, put on airs a little bit. But again, when you're dealing with heads of state and all of these nation states, you kind of do need that. So yeah, I'm bullish on it. I'm happy. The memes that are coming out of it have been great. And anything that gives us good memes and anything that's good for America, I'm in for. Omar Loves VeVe says, I've been to a few red carpets. I've been to one, and it was there's wild stuff. I want to go again. Omar Loves OMI saying, I like the Peacemaker second season premiere. I did not view that yet. There's so many things I want to watch. I want to watch that. I want to watch the Welcome to Derry thing that came out. And these are just like the shows, and I guess there's a bunch of, and then Yellow Jackets was mentioned to me. I'm currently gonna rewatching Kyle XY because I love that show. I love that shit so much. 90s Pokemon says, hey, say hi to Pikachu or have a terrible November. Hello, Pikachu. Yeah. Tashi, I don't care about these Snapchats. daCat saying happy Sunday, everyone. The future of crypto, the future of daCat. I love this game. Omar says the Peacemaker, red carpet. Oh, that's where you went? Oh, heck yeah. The one I forget the name. Black Adam. That was really good. That was really fun. Crypto Cosmos saying this is dope. Love it. All right, guys, that'll be it for me today. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I'm gonna go get some dinner. All right, I love you guys. In the stream.